All right, hey, Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Today is Saturday, November 2nd, 2019. Just want to bring you up to speed with what's going on. All right, so I'm having to juggle my schedule at this point in time. I'm juggling between my new job at H&R Block and also trying to day trade as well. So in the months of November and, well, anyway, so long story short, I have a contract that I signed that started my job on October 25th of this year, going to April 17th of 2020. So my role at this point is I'm going to be the team leader. Was their terminology at H&R Block is called team leader, but it's an office manager position at H&R Block in one office. And I will be in charge. Well, no, I shouldn't say in charge. I'll be a servant of the people that have already been there, to be, to direct and schedule and basically get paid while I am hopefully continue to find time to day trade here and there through this period of time. So what I see myself doing is continuing in this journey, but going to put some money aside so that I can really concentrate. Well, I will be day trading. This is my quote unquote what I like to do. If you ask me what I am, I'm a day trader first. Well, excuse me, God, family, then trading. But at times you got to, feed the family, right? You got to make money. You have to recognize when things need some more work. And although I've been into funded 12 times in my career here at Top Step Trader, I have not been able to stay there. So it's I have to recognize the part of me that self-destructs. So there's I can't think of the dude that did a video, but he's also at Top Step Trader. When I find a video link, what I want to do is I want to link it down below, and I want to give him some love because he's out there struggling as well, and he's doing better. And anyway, so long story short, I want to bring you up to speed with what's going on in here in Dave Knight's life. So where am I? At Top Step Trader, I am in step 2, working my way, trying to get back to the pro funded account. I shouldn't say try. Will get back to the pro funded account. I am just taking one trade one day at a time, trying to stay alive. So trying to do my best to follow my 3 trade rule and what I've outlined before. Successfully, how many days have I done that? About 50% right now. So I obviously, when I look back at how I got to where I was when I made it in June, and then I stayed in all of the rest of June, July, and August. There was a 3-month period of time. My longest period of time that I had stayed funded was from June through August. So like right about the last week of August, I fell out of funded and I had to go back to, and at that point in time, I had built up my account up over, I think it was about $2,600. And then I just kind of slowly ate that profit away. I can't, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, $500 losses, in 3 days in a row, you lose $1,500 roughly. And I was sitting at about 1,100 when I made the decision basically to move back into, I think I was about 750, 600 when I made that decision to move back to step 2. Got back to funded in October, and then I promptly 5 days later got right knocked out of it again, and I'm back to step 2. So that's my year. I didn't, if you followed me this year I started and I still have my CDL. I actually renewed it this week. So I renewed my CDL. I mean, that's a lot of money and time and effort that I put to get it. So I was over the road truck driving at the beginning of the year with Millis Transfer. It was an interesting job. I had a great trainer, but it wasn't for me. Will I drive a truck again? Probably, but it'll be under my terms and how I want to do it. And most likely, the only way I see myself being OTR and any time in the future is when my kids are a lot older, and and I can just get out there and not worry about having to do things. And long story short, my my wife has some health issues and I needed to be back at home to take care of the family here. Then I started trading in March, and I was able to get to the pro funded account on 2 occasions. First time I made it in June. Like I said, I was in there for 3 months, came back out in September, got back in October, and then I think it was like 7 trading days in that time, and I got knocked out of that. I did not build up any account balance at all. So you saw the 3 trade rule come about in that point in time, and you saw me further define it on another video that I had. It says chit chat, I think, but I meant to say heart to heart, but it says heart to HART, I believe, chit chat. So on that video, I went and defined a little bit more of how I want to approach my trading as it moves forward. And if I look back at that 3 trade rule on my losing days, on this particular step 2, it would have been a -8 versus a -38. That's the biggest day that sticks out to me right there. So if I would have stopped at on 3 trades on that particular day of I think it was last week or this week, one of these weeks. I get kind of confused with what week's what now anymore. But the biggest day that I can tell you is I ended up with 6 trades that day at -38, I believe was what I was at, as opposed to I could have stopped at -8. So if you look at that difference, it was a -30. It's a $300 loss that I could have pulled away from and then used the next day. I mean, if you look at the markets right now, they're kind of crude oil market. It's kind of a yo-yo. It's been, it looks like it's going to fall to the ground, and it stops, and it comes right back up, and it comes back down. It's been a very difficult market to trade here, at least for me, recently. Those that know that I'm a really good short side trader, and when the market is trending towards the short side, that's usually the times that I'm able to get back into the funded account. Once again, where do I need to improve on? It's the long side. I have a long strategy that I use that helped me get into funded, believe it or not, on the 12th time there. So I just need to go back to just if you ask me where I am right now, what I need is income coming in, which I've solved that problem right now without having to pull from the trust. So I want to have income coming in, not pulling from the trust, and then be able to fund my day trading with the money that I'm making as well, and then continue down this journey as I'm going right now. So I'm continuing to move forward. Like I said, I'm in step 2. Will I stay for the rest of the year? Will I wait till next year to do it? My goal is to continue to move towards the pro funded account to work. If I look at my schedule this week, I know I have class on Tuesday. I have training on Tuesday, and I have class on Wednesday. So I have Monday, Thursday, and Friday available this week to be able to trade. And I don't plan on trading on days that I have class in front of it, because, well, on Wednesday's class it'll be 9 to 12. The inventory will already be out. So then I just have the half an hour at the end of the day. So 2 to 2:30 is the other. So if I look at where I like to trade, I like to trade the open of the crude oil market roughly at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. my time to about 11, 11:30, 12, somewhere. It's like a 3-hour window, 2.5 hour window, something like that, or 2-hour window, 9 to 11, 8 to 10 Central Time. And the last part of the time that I find that's conducive to my trading is the last half hour of trading. My time, 2 to 2:30, or Central, 1 to 1:30 p.m. CST. So those are the 2 times that I find to be beneficial for my trading and staying out of the middle, because most of my losses, like I look back at how I've been struggling on step 2 this time, it's that I'm juggling the H&R Block stuff with the time. So one of my losing days this week was me coming in, seeing the market was down. I jumped the market, came in, and then I promptly lost another, I think it was about 42 ticks, because I didn't stop trading on that day. That was probably the worst trading day. Now, Where I'm standing right now, I'm in the hole on step 2, but I was able to work my way out, and I'm pulling back towards what would be the 30,000 mark so that I can move to the 32,000 mark. So just taking one trade at a time, understand where my faults lie, and there's lots of them. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I don't have faults, because I know that I have lots of them. It's a new way of having to do things right now, trying to work my time that I have to when I'm at H&R Block, I'm at H&R Block. I'm not trading. And when I'm at trading, I'm trying to find that sweet spot where I can find time to do both. And obviously, if it doesn't work for me, and if I figure this out in the month of November, that I can't figure it out, take some time off, make the money, and then come back in towards the end of April and work April through whatever, and see where I can go through the summer months again. So that's kind of the overall when I'm looking at the what's going on here. So I put some videos up this week. Some good stuff, some bad stuff. Nothing really, just trying to stay to my plan as best I can. So why I put these videos out, I put them out for my own nourishment as well, to learn from my mistakes. Trying to this is kind of a new experience to me, to trying to not have the everyday Monday through Friday day trading available to me, but still try to fit in when I can the right times. I know when I start scheduling myself out, I'm going to try to keep that inventory day available, or I'm going to try to find a day that I like as an overall. Usually Fridays is a really good trading day for me early, and Mondays are usually a pretty good trading day for me early as well. So the tail ends of both of those days, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are kind of hit or miss. So I've got to go back to the drawing board, work my schedule, find out. Right now I'm working with the time period that this is when I have to have training, this is when I have to have class, this is when I have to take this class, this is when I have to take this, and then working my trading into that. So like I talked about, before, day trading could be roughly about a 15 to 20 hour job, but you have to have those hours available to be able to trade the crude oil market. So right now, what I'm finding is I got about half of that time available. So instead of 15 to 20 hours, I'm running about somewhere between 8, 9 to 12 hours available, or I guess half of that would be 10. So about 7 to 10 hours available right now to be able to day trade the markets. That's obviously going back into, and I've got to make the decision roughly right now. I think it's November 23rd. I've got to make the decision if I want to continue in step 2 and pay the 150, or just stop right now and then wait till later. So that's kind of where I think I've thrown a lot of information at you. Just wanted to bring you up to speed with what's going on. That's it. That's really all that's going on. I'm just trying to, one day at a time, trying to stick the best I can to my trading plan, to start utilizing my time better, to understand what days I can trade, what days I can't trade. Like this week coming Monday, I know I'll be able to trade the morning. Tuesday I got class. Wednesday I have training. Tuesday I have training. Wednesday I have class. So those days are not available. Then I have Thursday and Friday of this week perhaps available. So if I look at this week right now, I got Wednesday afternoon. Like I said, I have all day Monday. Tuesday no. Wednesday I have the afternoon from 2 to 2:30 or 1 to 1:30. I got Thursday and Friday available this week. So this week is really going to be the indicator. When I'm looking at the overall, I haven't moved my calendar, but when I'm looking at the overall right now, I think this week coming will be the telltale signal of if can I make these things work. So, or take a step back, take some time off in the rest of November and December, and then looking to January to try to work the things back into, trading back into my life. That's about it. Long story short, I know I talked a little bit. We had 15 minutes today. I wanted to bring you up to speed. What's going on? Really, that's what's going on with me. I hope that you're being safe out there, trading and being successful, and getting yourself to the promised land as well. So What's the goal? The goal is 13 times, right? The 13th time. 13 is one of my favorite numbers, so maybe 13. 13th time to funded will be the time that sticks. This is Dave Knight here from 123 Day Trade. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video I put together. Bye for now.